right. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the show, Conversations with Kenny. I'm your host. I'm Kenny, and we're here to have a conversation tonight. And I'm super, super excited, okay, because I have been wanting to talk about UFOs for a while. I've been really wanting to get into the UFO stuff, man. I've been really wanting to get into the alien stuff. Let's get weird. Let's get into it tonight. And when I say UFO, I mean unidentified flying object. Of course, that's what I mean. But I also mean alien spacecraft. Okay, and when I say alien spacecraft, I mean extraterrestrial beings, life forms from another planet, zooming through our dimension and our atmosphere in freaking objects that can defy the laws of physics. All right. That's what we're talking about. And that I love this because I have personally seen a UFO. I don't know how many of you guys out there have seen UFOs. I don't know how many of you guys have been abducted by an alien or whatever, okay? And if any of you have ever been abducted by an alien, I'm going to ask you to please call into the show. I want to hear from you guys, all right? Because that is a conversation I would like to have. But getting back to it, UFOs, man. Yeah, so I've seen a UFO, right? And the first time I ever saw a UFO, I was about the age of 5 or 6. And I was really a young kid. And I vividly remember my brother coming to me and waking me up in the middle of the night. And he was saying, Kenny, dude, you got to come check this out, man. You got to look out the window. And I got out of bed and I ran to the window and I looked out and I saw just this massive freaking starship, dude. And it was flying over the house. And I'm looking at it and it's got like red and blue and freaking white lights around this thing. This is the craziest thing you've ever seen, right? And I saw it and I'm like, holy crap, this thing is a freaking spaceship. Okay? And at that age, I didn't even really know what spaceships were or whatever, but my brother and I share the same memory. So this and the fact that we share the same memory and talked about it throughout the years really kind of set in stone too uh, that how real that was. And you're probably thinking right now, like, dude, that's crazy. Like, how could you and your brother see a a spacecraft flying over your town, over your freaking house, right? And nobody else saw it? You got to be joking, right? And that's an interesting thing to think about because it's in my opinion it's totally possible that we were the only two that saw it, absolutely, because if you think about it, have you ever seen like your cat or your dog or you know your little kids or something like staring off into a corner and like looking at stuff and like you know just their their attention is drawn to something that you can't see? Same thing in my opinion. Like I think a UFO ship could have totally had a cloaking device, right? So, but that's my first memory of seeing a UFO. And so, flash forward to the past few years. Okay, I've really seen a lot of strange things that I can't explain, and it all started when I started getting into UFO hunting. And with a good friend of mine, he asked me to join him the one night. He said, "Hey man, I'm going UFO hunting. I'm going to check out some, see some alien spaceships." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, dude! I'm totally down with that. Of course, I want to see some more alien spaceships, right?" And so we went out and we just saw like the craziest orbs. And those are the type of UFOs I'm talking about when I say alien spacecraft. I'm talking about the orb ones, okay? Because those seem to be the most common spacecraft that are seen across the globe. Because, and I don't know why, that they, if you type in UFO orb UFO or whatever into Google, you'll get like so many search results and videos and pictures of, just these orbs in the sky doing the craziest things that just absolutely defy the law of physics. So while UFO hunting, it's a summer hobby, and if you've never tried it, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. Just go out and look at the sky. Look at look at the frickin' stars, dude, because that's what's up. Okay, that is our entertainment. That was our ancestors' entertainment for thousands of years. They didn't have TVs and computers, so take some time when it warms up here to go out and really look at the stars. But go with the intention of seeing a UFO, that you're going to see a UFO. That's the mindset you want to be in. And when you go with that intention and that mindset, the chances of seeing something are increased. Okay? So they always seem to respond to me and appear when I am in a deep state of meditation, right? And I'm thinking about something, or I am seeking an answer to a question that is on my mind. I'll think of a question while I'm out UFO hunting, and as soon as the answer comes into my mind, I will see an orb literally appear out of nowhere, right? And this thing will be, who knows what color. I've seen them in red, blue, orange, a really soft orange. Um, and they'll just appear out of nowhere, and they'll start like traveling slowly across the sky. And they're close, like they're really close. Okay. They're not the ones way up out in outer space, like way out there, the satellites, that are flying by, which I'll get into that here in a little bit. But they're really close, and they travel across the sky, and they'll like zigzag, and they'll do things that just absolutely defy the law of physics. And it blows my mind, right? And to it really just gives confirmation to that question, and that's just kind of like how I know. And that it's something it's really kind of connected to my consciousness a little bit. There's some communication there, and so it's really fascinating. So that's kind of like a few of my experiences that I've had. There was a lot of UFO activity last summer when we had the comet. You could see with the naked eye. I spent a lot of time um, watching that comet and using the telescope and stargazing, and the whole period of that comet, and I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but the whole time we had that comet come through, I saw the most bizarre orbs and things going on during that time. So that's really interesting to think about. And I really remember looking at that comet through my telescope, right? And I had it in my view, and I could see like behind the comet, because you have like the comet come up up the lens, and then like behind it, I could see it was literally one orb after another, just like continuous. It was just one after another, boom, boom, boom. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. And it was just, I'm just like, holy crap, something's going on here. You know what I mean? And that was super fascinating. That was a really exciting experience. So those are some of the more recent ones. Now, one I want to really, I'm really excited about, and especially for my YouTube audience, because I'm gonna pull the picture up here. I have a picture of a UFO that that is probably the best evidence for a UFO that I have. And I say that because the picture, The picture was sent to me by my brother-in-law. It's authentic. I know where it came from. I know its source, right? And I know this thing wasn't tampered with. This isn't some joke picture that somebody is floating on the internet. You know what I mean, from some freaking UFO group or whatever. So the picture, though, and I'm gonna pull it up for my YouTube channel right now. The picture is of a field, right? And it's got some hay bales in it in the tree line, and there's a tornado in the distance. And the tornado, I'd say it's probably, I think it's like 2 miles away or something like that, right? And so I got this picture from my brother-in-law. Uh, we had this up here in northern Pennsylvania. I live in northern Pennsylvania, and this was like 2 years ago. We had a tornado come through, and it was a serious tornado. I mean, it got kind of serious, right? It got kind of serious, but it wasn't the type of tornado that would be lifting objects well above the tree line here. And it wasn't the type of tornado that would, you know, well, it doesn't matter what kind of tornado is in the area. All aircraft is going to be diverted, right? So there's no way in heck this thing here is a like a Cessna or something like that. In my opinion, we are looking at right now a picture of a UFO guy up here, investigating this tornado, because there's just no way. There's no way something of that size could be lifted up above the tree line there. And so that picture right there to me is like the evidence. That's like the hardcore evidence, dude. And if you are skeptical on UFOs, you know, um, I mean that's your thing, but here at Conversations with Kenny, we are all about the UFOs. We're all about the aliens, right? And the phenomena that is going on around us, right? Because there's so much more going on that we don't know about. And that is what I love, man. I am all about that. So I hope you guys on the YouTube channel here are getting a good view of this craft here to the right of the tornado. And if you're listening on Spotify, I encourage you to go to the YouTube channel Swordfire X5 and type this in and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of this picture. I'd love to hear back from you guys and see what you think. Have any of you guys been abducted by aliens? Have any of you guys seen UFOs? What's your story? What's your story, man? So leave a comment, drop me a like, and stay tuned for the next episode. You're listening to Conversations with Kenny.